UFC 329 early card breakdown, certified MMA locks. Let's get this done and let's get this done fast. These are my early thoughts. I've already done the majority of the tape study, but I might change my leans throughout the end of this week or the end of next week. There's still a long way to go, but I'm pretty sure I solidified most of my points here. There's only a couple fights here that I'm going in between on just because, different variants, different variables, but overall, all of these are more of my confident takes right now. Like, they're early takes, but they are confident ones. Alright, to start off the whole main card, the main event, Conor McGregor versus Max Holloway in our welterweight bout. Can you believe both these 145ers are now fighting at welterweight? Astounds me. I don't think the weight is going to be a huge difference or a huge issue just because, let's be honest, McGregor has been walking out around at 170 plus for the majority of the past, 3-4 years now. And the Max Holloway, I'm sure that's actually his real walk-around weight. I'm sure he's comfortable there too. I don't think there's going to be a huge drop-off in cardio for Holloway. If anything, I think his power might increase being heavier, A lot of factors for Conor McGregor. He's been out for 3, 4, 5 years, even hasn't won in the past 5 years or something like that. I don't think particularly that Conor McGregor has much of a chance outside the first 2 rounds, I want to say. Like, if we're being realistic, 2 rounds, but if we're going to, dive deep into the numbers, maybe even 7.5 minutes, I think Conor McGregor has he does have a path to win, man. He does have a path to win. I really liked it at the plus 450 odds right now. At plus 180, plus 190 for most current bookies. The price doesn't really, it doesn't really, oh my god, let me hop on that. I would never take Max Holloway at minus 500 against Conor McGregor. Now at the minus 200 mark, kind of tempted, but I see this fight going only one way. I see this fight ending by knockout. I don't think this fight goes the full 5 rounds. I don't think McGregor has the full cardio to be able to pull that off. The people that struggle the most with the long layoff are strikers. And McGregor, I know, is a black belt in BJJ, but he's primarily a striker, man. He likes that, that float around style, that very, very rangy style, for him to spam kicks and throw hooks lefts, his patented left, I think if McGregor does not knock out Max Holloway in the first round, he's going to be in for a beating. But Max is he's typically a slower starter, man. Like, round 1, I know he has some volume, but he's typically a slower starter. He doesn't get as much reads fast in round 1. He starts picking up the pace in the later rounds. He's more of a build-up volume KO type of guy anyways. But I don't think the McNugget has that great of a chin to be able to deal with the volume output of Holloway. I see this fight ending under 15 minutes, man. I don't think it makes it to the 4th bell. The fan inside of me, I really want Conor McGregor to win, man. I want him to style and land a highlight reel KO on Holloway. I see it happening, man. There's a good chance of that happening. But at the same time, if it gets outside of round 1, I favor... it gets outside of round... 7.5 minutes, round 2, I favor Holloway to win this by a large margin, man. This is either fighter by knockout. I would play that prop. I lean Conor McGregor on the plus 450 odds, but I lean Holloway if it's minus 200s, I lean Holloway if it gets outside of round 2. Final take, either fighter by KO. I would love to watch this fight as a fan, man. I don't think I'm going to be placing money line on Max Holloway. I would just watch this fight as a fan. Now for our co-main event, BSD Benoit St. Denis versus Paddy Pimblett for our lightweight bout. Man, I can't not believe Paddy Pimblett snuck his way into top 5 for a time period, man. Right now he's number 6, which is honestly a little higher than I expected of him when I was watching his regional tapes and then him coming to the UFC. This boy Paddy Pimblett gets hit a little bit too much, man. He's a little bit too reckless on the feet. He's developed some striking, but we've seen, dude, Chandler is way past his prime. Roofy did him way easier than Paddy did. I think Paddy here if he can survive the first 2 rounds, I think he's very much live for a finish. But now if we're breaking down the first 2 rounds, oh my goodness, man. BSD is going to plow through Paddy Pimblett, and he's going to lay a beating on Paddy Pimblett, man. Benoit St. Denis, former special ops, BSD, he likes to finish his fights early, and he likes to, put the pedal on the gas. BSD is going to march forward. He's going to, land some strikes on Paddy Pimblett, and eventually, when he goes for a takedown, Paddy, to me, I don't think he's going to defend the takedown, man. He might even chase a submission attempt as BSD gets him down to the ground. And if he chases, it's going to be an easy takedown for BSD. And when BSD is on top, damn, man, he's a monster, man. The ground and pound, the elbows, the opportunistic submissions from BSD, man. He has it all. But Paddy Pimblett, I forgot what stripe black belt he's on, but every single fight that I've seen him where he has to defend submission attempts, he's golden. He's not. I don't think he's gonna get submitted, man. And that's the part where I kind of go back and forth here, because if Paddy Pimblett does not get submitted by BSD, how is BSD supposed to finish the fight in the first 2 rounds? It has to be by knockout. Paddy can get dropped. Paddy can get hurt, but that recoverability of Paddy, man, it's on a very respectable level. Even if you talk bad about Paddy's striking defense, even if you talk bad about his less than stellar striking, I just don't see him being flat put out by BSD. I don't think BSD has the one punch knockout power. I think how he gets his knockouts is he traps people in a position where he's on top and then raining ground and pound from the top. Can I see that happening against Paddy Pimblett? Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Do I favor it to happen? That's the part where I kind of lean no. I can kind of see Paddy Pimblett being hurt, being damaged bad, very sweaty 10 minutes. But if it goes into round 3, Paddy Pimblett is going to find a finish over BSD. Probably something similar to the Dustin Poirier finish over BSD. I just don't know if Paddy is going to straight knock out a gassed BSD or he's going to submit a gassed BSD. Because when BSD is gassed, when his stamina has ran dry, it's a much different BSD than the one that finished Roofy, for example. I like this fight to not go the distance, and I like a finish from either fighter. Right now, I kind of lean Paddy round 3 finish, but it's not with much confidence, I'll be honest with you, because I could definitely see a round 1, round 2 BSD finish. I like this fight to be not picking a fighter to win here. I don't have much confidence in either one, man. Similar to the main event, I'll most likely take this fight to not go the distance. Or over significant strikes for BSD. Alright, up next, Cory Sandhagen versus Mario Bautista for our bantamweight bout, man. Oh my god, this is an interesting fight right here, boys. We got a fight! Cory Sandhagen already beat Mario Bautista. I believe it was a round 1 submission after a flying knee knockdown. I'm going to say this now. Mario Bautista is not the same fighter where he originally fought against Cory Sandhagen. Cory Sandhagen is not the same fighter. But I don't think he's made as much improvements as Mario Bautista. But I do believe it's a tough fight for either one, man. I kind of see this fight going 2 ways. The way number 1 is it's going to be a heavy striking match. There will be takedowns involved, but I don't think it'll be complete hold down. I think they're going to get up and they're going to start lighting each other up on the feet. Both guys are phenomenal counter strikers. I believe Sandhagen might fight a little bit better on the front foot, and then Bautista might fight a little bit better on the back foot. But I think both guys are phenomenal counter strikers, man. I think that they're both durable. They're both very durable too. And then Bautista has worked on his power a whole lot too. I can definitely see Cory Sandhagen being hurt in this fight, man. At some point, similar to the Merab fight, he definitely can be dropped here. I'm not entirely sure if it will happen, but I can definitely see a scenario playing out where Bautista drops him. But I like both fighters to rack up significant strikes in this fight. I think it's going to be a very entertaining 15 minutes. I don't particularly see a finish. Maybe 2 out of 10 times there's a finish, but this fight most likely should go to decision. I like the fight to go to decision here, man, and I just enjoy the fight, man. Um, I lean Mario Bautista decision, just like 55-45, just because he's the underdog here, and I think it's a close fight, so of course I'm going to side with the underdog. Because I believe Bautista has made enough developments to beat Cory Sandhagen, man. I've never seen a man be so locked into a camp where his training partners, where his whole entire camp, they're not just boosting him up by saying good things. They've also devoted their fight careers to model after Mario Bautista. Mario Bautista is the epitome of hard work, man. I'm not saying Cory Sandhagen is not. He's worked plenty hard, But I think Bautista has definitely closed the level gap compared to the first fight. Give me this fight to go to decision. I'll most likely sprinkle Mario Bautista by decision as well. For our next fight, we've got Brandon Royval versus Lonr Kavanagh, man. Oh my goodness, man. Brandon Royval versus Lonr Kavanagh, man. Dude, where do I even start with Royval, man? Poor Royval has just been thrown to all the prospects, all the elite fighters, basically used as a stepping stool to get to the title shot, man. I don't think Kavanagh is going to get a title shot if he beats Royval here, but he'll certainly be a step closer. I don't think... Actually, this is the issue here. Royval should actually be favored and more likely to win on paper if he utilized all of his skills. What do I mean by that? If he forced the fight to go to the ground, he's a much better submission artist than Lonr Kavanagh. He's a much better grappler than Lonr Kavanagh. But Kavanagh has a lot of scrambles in him, man. He can get it out and up from bottom position if taken down. But I just don't think Royval is the type of guy to be diving for legs here in this fight, man. He's a raw dog, man. I see this fight playing out very much similar to the Joshua Van fight. I like both fighters to land a lot of significant strikes in this fight, man. I don't favor Royval to win if it's a striking match. The only way he wins to me is if he kind of applies the same game plan as Charles Johnson. If he's always constantly on the pressure, on the front feet, pushing Kavanagh back, which he did actually do to Joshua Vance, so it is a possibility. But I just don't think he's going to be able to handle Kavanagh's speed, especially in the early rounds, man. Especially in the early rounds. In the early rounds, when Kavanagh is fresh, when he has all of his stamina, Royval is going to be dotted up. He's going to be hurt. He might even be dropped, man. I know some people are like thinking Royval might be finished early. It is a possibility, man. It is a possibility. But I'm going to go with my gut feeling that Cape just has out of this world power. I think Royval's going to take a beat and he's going to get bloodied up. He might even be dropped close to getting knocked out. But I think he's going to get up and he's going to pressure Kavanagh. And Kavanagh, he kind of needs some minutes in between his combos to breathe. Kavanagh is a very fast in and out striker that relies heavily on his speed and explosiveness. He doesn't have the forward marching pressure that Joshua Van has, where it's just combos after combos, always relentlessly in your face. Kavanagh, he picks his moments, and he picks great moments, man. Every single moments that he picks in all the UFC fights that he's had, very limited of course, you can kind of see the bursts. You can kind of see the explosive burst each and every time he's in and out. He lands the strikes, he gets out, and he starts like waltzing around the octagon cage. I kind of see that's how this will play out. And Royval, even though he might be on the forward pressure, I don't think he'll be able to reach Kavanagh as many times as Kavanagh reaches him. Kavanagh has an elite kicking game, man. He's a very short fighter. But he doesn't apply the same game plan as Van, where it's like constantly inside the box. Kavanagh, he's a short fighter, but he utilizes the kicking range of his to keep a very nice distance. And that allows him to pick his shots because he can attack you with his legs. And then once you're frustrated, you kind of crash into the pocket. That's when his hands come out. And his hands are lightning fast. They sap a lot more energy out of him than I would like. But if it's a striking match, man, I gotta give the edge to Kavanagh. And I really believe it's going to be a striking match, man. I don't think it's going to be a very boring Yeah, I don't think it's going to be anything else besides a firefight. Give me Kavanagh to win. I'm not entirely sure if it's going to be knockout or decision as of yet. I lean decision, but when I see odds as the week progresses, my mind might change. But right now, give me Lonr Kavanagh by decision or fight to go to decision. For our next bout, we got King Green versus Terrence McKinney for our lightweight bout. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, man. This is a fight. This is a fight. King Green versus Terrence McKinney. I think this fight ends in round 1, man. It's either Green gets the knockout or McKinney gets the finish. I know King Green has been cashing tickets for us back to back as a huge underdog, but I believe this is the sell high price point of King Green. I love King Green, man. A very entertaining guy. I would love to see him get a win. But here in this fight, where his chin durability is the worst that it's ever been against a very explosive, fast-handed strike, very fast-handed finisher, right? Very quick, very, what is it? Round 1 finish or bust type of guy. McKinney's going to go in. McKinney's going to find the chin. McKinney is very accurate. And at the very start, he does not care how much he gets hit. He will crash into the pocket. And that's what, what's that long guy that absolutely sucks, man? The one that Green just... Zellhuber. That's what Zellhuber really lacked. Zellhuber was very scared to crash into the pocket. McKinney has no such issues. I don't think Green's fast jabs, fast combos will be able to keep McKinney at bay for long. It might keep him at bay for a little bit. But McKinney is eventually going to crash in. And he's eventually going to find the knockout. I really lean McKinney by knockout here. But as we all know, if this fight gets out of the round 1, King Green is winning all day, man. If this gets out of the round 1, I might even place a live play on King Green. But before that, I would take Terrence McKinney round 1 finish, or I'll take either fighter finish round 1. I don't see this fight really going past round 1, man. I favor Terrence McKinney. It's about a 70-30 split for me. But if this gets outside of round 1, I'll say it again. King Green is winning 10 times out of 10. Alright, that concludes the main card. Up next, we've got the prelims, man. I cannot believe this is on the prelims, man. Robert Whittaker versus Nikita Krylov. Man, how do I even break this down, man? Krylov is going to be the much bigger man. I think experience-wise, both guys are very much even. But applying of technique would be Robert Whittaker all day. Robert Whittaker's fight IQ is higher all day. Nikita Krylov has one very apparent path that I have never really trusted him to take, ever. Nikita Krylov, in almost every fight that he partakes in, he has the wrestling and grappling edge, but he doesn't much use it. He likes to strike even though his chin... Honestly, Krylov's chin to me is about 20% durability, man. I start fading fighters around like the 50 to 70% mark. Krylov being 20%, man, I gotta take Robert Whittaker by KO, man. But Krylov has a very, very apparent path. If he gets the takedowns, if he starts, controlling from top, Whittaker is going to tire out. Krylov could potentially squeak out a ground and pound finish or a decision, but that's just not really Krylov's game plan, man. So I don't see the fight going that way. I kind of see this fight being on the feet, and Whittaker is going to dance around, Krylov's going to dance around. They're going to crash eventually, and in the exchanges when they crash in the pocket, somebody's chin is going to get caught. Whittaker doesn't even have that great of a chin himself, man. He got knocked out by a jab from DDP. DDP is a very unorthodox fighter, but he's not a heavy power puncher, in my opinion. I like either fighter by KO here. I lean Robert Whittaker by KO. Maybe like 70-30, 65-35. And that's just because Krylov's chin, man. Like, if Modestas Bukauskas had a little bit more fight IQ, he would have been the one knocking out Krylov, not the one getting knocked out. But Bukauskas is a low-level fighter to me, and it took Krylov a long time to even put him out. And there was multiple exchanges on the feet where I kind of paid attention to the moments when Krylov would strike and how he would kind of leave his right side open. But Cuscus did not capitalize on that at all, man. He kind of just held back and was like taking a picture staring. Robert Whittaker is not going to have that issue. So I favor Robert Whittaker to get a knockout. And I kind of favor him to get a knockout early, man. Alright, for our next fight, man, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this one, man. Everybody knows this. The UFC knows this. All the staff knows this. This is essentially a lamb being led to slaughter, man. Gable Stevenson versus Elisha Ellison for our heavyweight bout. This is a setup fight for Stevenson, man. This is a set-up fight for John Jones' boy, Gable. Give me Gable, Stevenson, Steve, whatever. Give me Gable by round 1 finish, man. Ellison's weakness is getting taken down and ground and pounded. Guess who he's facing? An Olympic-level wrestler where he will employ the game plan of getting takedowns and utilizing his top control to lay some ground and pound or even find a submission. Either way, Gable Stevenson should get a round 1 finish over Elisha Ellison. I kind of lean knockout just because this is a setup fight for him. Gable is smart enough and high IQ enough to realize that if he gets a knockout, it elevates his status and name a lot more than a submission would. Just because, fan favorite, entertaining, explosive knockout, highlight reel. I think that's what Gable is searching for. I gotta see the prices to see if it's worth playing, but I think this is free cash, man. Give me Gable Stevenson, round 1 finish over Ellison. Cody Garbrandt versus Adrian Yanez for our bantamweight bout. My goodness, man. Peak Cody. Dominic, that's it, man. That's all I have to say. Right now, y'all watch the Zhao Long fight. You really think Cody won that, man? It was all point deductions. In my eyes, Cody kind of lost all 3 rounds, but somehow still won off the point deductions, man. Adrian Yanez here, he should be the way better striker, and he should also find the knockout on Garbrandt eventually. But this is the part where I'm a little bit hesitant because I favor Adrian Yanez to win. I don't favor him as a minus 425, So then I would kind of have to start playing props. But playing decision, 15 minutes of sweating, man. But that could actually happen. Because Garbrandt, the issue with him now is even though he's out of his prime, he has not lost his feet movement. His very fast, he's very fast on the feet. And he doesn't like striking exchanges, man. I can kind of see this fight playing out where Adrian Yanez is pressing forward. He's trying to land strikes. He's trying to throw combinations. And then Garbrandt just floats from the outside. Just dodges, footwork left, footwork right. Just circle in, circle out. And not really throwing many strikes himself. I kind of see where Adrian Yanez gets frustrated, man. And then it could go to decision. That's my only worry if I take knockout, man. But if Yanez can cut off the cage, if he can get inside the pocket, force Cody to exchange, in that brief exchange, I believe Yanez is advanced enough, high level enough to find the chin of Cody Garbrandt. And Yanez realistically only needs a couple of shots to drop Cody Garbrandt. And if Garbrandt gets dropped, I believe Yanez is just going to climb on top and start ground and pounding, or just did what Fiziev did to Manuel Torres. That's how I see this fight playing out. It's either Adrian Yanez by the more pressure heavy, a little bit of damage, hard to score fight, but he should get the decision victory, or he gets the knockout on Garbrandt as long as he can cut off the cage. But that is my concern and worry, because Yanez's footwork is decent enough, but he will get frustrated if he cannot find the strikes on Garbrandt. And that's something that I can't get out of my mind, man. I can definitely see a future where Adrian Yanez has a hard time and he's frustrated and he cannot strike Garbrandt. And if Garbrandt, in those time frames, he can score a takedown, it'll be a very tough. That's why the money line, I don't see much value on here. But I do favor Yanez to win. I'm still just trying to figure out how I will play this fight. All right, for our next fight, we got Luke Riley versus Kai Kamaka for our featherweight bout. Man, this is easy, man. This is so easy, man. This is genuinely free. This might be the lock of the card, man. Give me Luke Riley by knockout over Kai Kamaka. Kai Kamaka is a very tough, durable dude, man. Like, I know this is his second run in the UFC. He's put in plenty of work, but seeing all of his tape from outside the UFC, very first fight back into the UFC, he gets hit, man. Kai Kamaka gets hit. He's tough and durable, yes, but what does that actually mean? It means he survives a beating from opposition. And I believe Luke Riley is one of the heavier power punchers that he is going to face in this featherweight bout, or all of his career, really. And Luke Riley, if he can consistently hit you, he will knock you out. The only guy that I saw recently that was not knocked out by Luke Riley was Michael Aswell. But Aswell has a chin that's different, man. Like, he fought up a weight class from his natural weight class. He fought up a weight class, and he fought Balaji Oki. Oki's not the greatest MMA fighter, but what he does have is power. And Aswell ate all 100 plus of those significant strikes, man. That's why I did not believe Luke Riley would knock out Aswell, because I've seen Aswell endure a lot. But Luke Riley, from Aswell's most recent fight against, who was it? Bolaños? I can see that despite Luke Riley not knocking out Michael Aswell, Luke Riley, his power left an irreversible damage on Aswell's chin. And you know who I didn't see leave irreversible damage? Balaji Oki did not leave irreversible damage because Aswell was never dropped after that fight. But after this fight with Luke Riley, he got dropped against Bolaños. And that was something that I did not expect. I think Luke Riley definitely has the power to put out Kai Kamaka. I'm still trying to work out which round he will finish Kai Kamaka in. I favor round 1 or round 2. I still haven't decided which one yet. But give me Luke Riley and give me him by knockout to finish the very durable but defensively not sound Kai Kamaka III. Alright, for our early prelims, we got Tracy Cortez versus Kong, man. Tracy Cortez, if she hasn't fully been corrupted by the OnlyFans life, she hasn't been fully corrupted by streaming, she isn't making money on the side, which we all know she definitely is, you know? Like, if she's still focused on this fighting career of hers, Tracy Cortez by decision is very live, man. Especially if she can get those takedowns. All she realistically needs to do is win 2 out of 3 rounds with takedown and top control to be able to beat Wang Cong. Wang Cong's takedown defense is just okay, in my opinion. Like, I don't think she's... Like, it's decent. I don't want to say it's okay. It's actually pretty decent. But I can see Tracy Cortez getting the takedowns because she times them pretty well, man. But I'm just not entirely sure Tracy Cortez is fully in the game anymore. I'm sure she does not make as much money fighting for the UFC women's flyweight division as much as her collaboration streams with, like, you know, the top streamers and then all the money she's dragging in on the side. If anything, this might just be, you know, to gather more fans or more payment subscriptions. And it's just, I just can't get over the fact that Tracy Cortez went into the UFC octagon with lashes on, man. Like, as I can tell now, you know, like, going through all social media and everything, she is very much, like, she loves her face, you know. And that's her source of income outside the UFC. Wang Cong is a headhunter. Like, she works the body from time to time, but she likes going for the head the most. Tracy Cortez has a chin on her, man. But if she's hit too much to the moneymaker, I can actually pre-predict Tracy Cortez might quit. And if she quits, that's a knockout for Wang Cong, and Wang Cong just won. If I knew the state of mind of Tracy Cortez, I would probably take Tracy Cortez by decision as an underdog. But in this fight, man, I gotta take Wang Cong. I gotta take Wang Cong by knockout or decision. I'll decide very soon on that. But I just have a very bad feeling that Tracy Cortez is not in the fight game for much longer. So give me Wang Cong, man. I'll decide when I see the odds, either knockout or decision. But I like Wang Cong moneyline here. I'm not going to lie. I'm not even a moneyline type of player, but I like Wang Cong here. All right, for our next fight, we got Damian Piñas versus Cesar Almeida for our middleweight bout. This one's so easy to me, man. Cesar Almeida, I don't believe he's been knocked out in the UFC yet, but I've seen the chin issues. Yes, he came back and he knocked out the opposition, but Damian Pinas is on another level, man. And if Damian Pinas lands the same shots that I forgot who it was, but it was more of the recent bouts of Almeida. If Damian Pinas lands the same shots on Almeida, I think Almeida is gonna get knocked out, man. I like Damian Pinas here, and I like him by round one finish. It's a very short breakdown, but I think Cesar Almeida is pretty defensively flawed himself, and Damian Pinas he kind of has out of this world power, man. I've seen knockout artists come and go, but I've never seen somebody really react to the punches of Damian Pinas. Like whenever Pinas hits somebody, it's like they took a barrage of hits and like they're barely on their legs, they're shaking, they're about to fall over, and I cannot get it out of my head. Pinas knocking out Cesar Almeida in the first exchange of round one. So I just gotta favor Damian Pinas, especially at these really good odds, man. Give me Damian Pinas by knockout, man. I'm gonna side with what is his name? Baba Yaga. I'm gonna side with Baba Yaga for a very long time, man. I believe he's the truth. For our next fight, we got Ryan Gandra versus Zachary Reese. Oh my goodness, man. Ryan Gandra versus Zachary Reese for our middleweight bout. I'm gonna say this now. Ryan Gandra is a heavyweight that has dropped down to the middleweight class, but still kept the same heavyweight tendencies. He's a gasser. He is about 7.5 minutes. After the 7.5 minutes, his hands drop, his chin slowly rises, and he gets hit a hell of a lot, man. He gets hit a hell of a lot. And his chin, in my opinion, is not the best either. It has not been fully exposed, but anybody that does tape study, I'm sure they're very likely to agree with me that Ryan Gandra is not a trustworthy individual. But this will be a scrap, man. This will be a fun scrap. We're going to see somebody get knocked out in this fight. Zachary Reese could get a submission, especially on a tired Gandra. But I probably will take either fighter by KO, just because I know both guys are going to be swinging heavy leather, and both guys' chins are in question. Zachary Reese is, man, for a time I kind of believed in him, but Zachary Reese, he has heart. He should have won the Michel Pereira split decision, but I don't think he adapts on the fly in the heat of battle as well as I would like him to. His fight IQ is not abysmal, but it's not the greatest either. He doesn't have quit, so he'll keep pushing forward. But his chin, I don't even trust Gandra, but if Gandra can land maybe like 3-4 good hits on the chin, Reese might actually be out. Yeah, man, even though Reese is an underdog here, and I kind of favor Reese to win too. Like, I have a 55-45 lean on Reese. And at the underdog price, it makes sense to take Reese. But this might be a stay away fight for me, man. It might be either fighter under 14.99 minutes or just a stay away, man. Like, you don't need to have plays on every single fight. But my read for this fight really is knock out either fighter. I lean Zachary Reese, but both guys are untrustworthy, man. And then to finish this off, this is the most recent fight added to the card. We got Alessandro Costa versus Cody Durden for our flyweight bout. Costa recently fought, but in reality, to me, he didn't really fight. Why? He didn't really take much damage. And if he didn't take much damage and he had plenty of fight camp to get into, I kind of lean that he's prepared. I kind of lean that his cardio is good. I like Alessandro Costa here over Cody Durden. I know Durden just pulled off one of the biggest upsets of 2026 by getting a decision victory over the -600 Jafel Filho, who's a very credible flyweight. But Alessandro Costa just brings a different fight style. And it's the fight style that has put Cody Durden away multiple times in the past. Durden's chin is maybe 50% of what it used to be. And Costa, even though he's also kind of a little bit exposed in the striking exchanges, his power is heavier than Durden's. I like Alessandro Costa here, and I like him by knockout. I think Alessandro Costa is going to hurt Durden, and he's going to hurt Durden early. He might even find the knockout in round 1, man. When Durden starts panic shooting, you're going to know that Alessandro Costa is about to win. This is the part where I'm also like a little bit I'm going a little bit back and forth on. Because Cody Durden is a wrestler with some decent hands, right? I see this fight playing out where Durden gets hurt on the feet. He might even be dropped on the feet. If I play by knockout, then that means I heavily favor Durden to be dropped cleanly and it's a flat KO. Or Durden gets dropped and then Costa hops on top and grounds and pounds him out. What I worry for the knockout is Cody Durden has this tendency where when he's hurt, he starts shooting for legs. And if he shoots for legs and it's a bad shot and a lazy shot and he pushes his head a little bit down too far, Alessandro Costa has not gotten many submissions recently. I think it's been all knockouts or decisions or losses. I don't think he's actually had a submission inside the UFC. Maybe there's one. I have to go back and look. But Costa is a black belt, man. Like, if Durden shoots a lazy shot, potentially Costa could wrap up a guillotine, you know? I still have to figure out how this fight ends and what round. But I really lean Alessandro by knockout, man. And that's it, man. That is the entirety of UFC 329. We dropped our early picks and leans early. I even placed what props I wanted to play. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It's really good to be back breaking down videos. Certified MMA Locks is back, here to stay. If you guys liked all the content that I'm putting up, please give me a like, leave a comment on. It'll help the algorithm a lot. I've been working on my Discord. It's been growing a whole lot. Soon, very much soon, all the AI bot, everything is set up. It's so beautiful. I cannot wait to make a video on this. Everything is set up, but I'm going to keep it private for now. I'll release it out to public soon, but not yet. I hope you guys enjoyed.